You don't have something covering the soil like turf. And that's why I'm really showing you this one photo where you can see this is a nice size ash tree, and you can see the roots are coming out over 15, and truly they go over 30 to 40 feet out. But here you can see them right on the surface. Most people are not providing a drip system or additional plant coverage to make sure that tree is getting enough moisture to spread out. Now, palms are completely different. They have a very different root system, but when you look at pines, the majority of your evergreens, the majority of your deciduous, you have very few that are truly taprooted that aren't going to need a larger, broader area for irrigation. So I hope that answers those questions as far as that goes. It is going to be a personal decision, and it's going to be a requirement decision. But how you use the turf and what you have in your landscape is going to be one of your biggest considerations. So let's go. Next one. Don't get dizzy. Stop looking at the screen for a minute as I move forward. Now, there was a question, and I'm just going to want you to kind of look at these photos. There were a couple of questions on turf grass as far as, what type to have, how do you know what you have, as far as colors go, things like that. Can you take a sample to a nursery and have them identify it? It gets tricky. It's not a guarantee a nursery is going to be able to identify your turf grass. As I said, the majority of Nevada really does prefer cool season grass. Now, when you will be able to easily identify if you have a cool season or you have a warm season grass is if you have a good winter, no matter where you're at, and you have moisture. Is your grass somewhat green in December, January, February? If it's somewhat green, then you have a cool season grass. Then we can narrow it down pretty easily to the most common types of grasses, which are either going to be a type of Kentucky bluegrass, a type of fine fescue or broadleaf fescue, and then probably there's rye in there and a couple of others, but normally they are not your main grass. In this case, this is summertime. This is Kentucky. It's a Kentucky bluegrass blend. There's other grasses in there. But one of the things about Kentucky bluegrass is when it starts getting dry, it's not getting enough moisture, and the heat index is going above 85, 90 degrees, it starts showing you this little bit of like gray-green before it tries to protect itself and go dormant. So if you see this discoloration occurring, you know you've got Kentucky blue, one of the varieties, and you need to provide some more moisture. You need to check your irrigation system. You need to go out there and hand water to prevent that area from starting to go to the straw-colored yellow. That doesn't mean it's dead. It means that it is going dormant to protect itself. And it will come back when the moisture is right and it can deal with the temperatures. Here's another example. Dark, deep green. This is a lawn that hasn't been mowed. It's rather tall. Dark, deep green is generally going to be cool season grass and the Kentucky bluegrass, some type of variety. And when I say some type of variety, there are tons because they're always working on new varieties to come out. Dark green, soft, and if it V's, if you take an individual blade and it looks like a V, and there's a main vein going through the very center, that's going to be a Kentucky bluegrass variety. If it's flat and it's stiffer, a little coarse, and it hasn't been fertilized recently, it'll be a lighter green. That's going to be a type of fescue. They're generally lighter green unless they've been fertilized. This is a fescue bluegrass blend. Again, this is a commercial entity that forgot to contact their contractor to start mowing.